My name is Gina Molinaro Cardera, incoming chair of the Dublin Chamber of Commerce and vice president at Amador Valley Industries, the solid waste and recycling provider for Dublin since 2005. Amador Valley Industries is proud to be a member of the Dublin Chamber Leader Circle Sustaining Membership. I would like to thank all of you for joining the Dublin Chamber of Commerce in honoring Supervisor Scott Haggerty. Last year, we had our first State of the County with Supervisor Haggerty, and it was among our most popular and well-attended events. Well, that was 2019, and this is 2020. So we are virtual this afternoon. With the supervisor's retirement, the Dublin Chamber is honored to host the last major event here in the Tri-Valley. Appreciate the work of Jody Amos of Amos Productions and our own Dublin Chamber CEO, Inga Houston, for making this event a success. A special welcome to the Dublin Chamber of Commerce members, not yet members, and guests of Supervisor Haggerty. Incorporated in 1968, the Dublin Chamber of Commerce is a membership organization that proudly represents a cross-section of the economy that included industries in every sector: public, government, private, small, medium, and large businesses and nonprofits. Membership includes education, healthcare, manufacturing, restaurants, retail, hospitality, and more. The Dublin Chamber's core mission is to represent the interests of the business community. A strong economy supports a strong community, making Dublin a great place to live, work, and raise a family. Partnering with officials and industry leaders is how we go about this. And today is one of those events where we are able to come together to learn about important issues facing Dublin and the greater Tri-Valley region. A big thank you to today's event sponsors, Supervisor-elect David Hubbard, Black Tie Transportation, Pacific Gas and Electric. Our Leaders Circle and their support allows an increased level of services for the entire community. Our Leaders Circle members are featured as our major sponsors for today's event, and we get to hear from them. We are pleased to share a pre-recorded message from Ron Gerhardt, Chancellor, Chabot Las Positas Community College District, and view a video from Chevron. And we would like to thank Amos Productions for hosting this live stream. Following the video, the program will be turned over to Guy Houston, who will be our Master of Ceremonies.
On behalf of our Board of Trustees for the Chabot Las Positas Community College District, I'm pleased to join you today. We are honored again to be a sponsor for Supervisor Haggerty's State of the County event and are grateful to be able to contribute to the efforts of the Dublin Chamber of Commerce to support our local business community. As you know, our district's two colleges, Chabot College and Las Positas College, have served the Bay Area for over 50 years. We support a diverse student population of over 29,000 students district-wide. Our research shows that 4 out of 5 students would encourage their colleagues to attend one of our two colleges. Our district continues to be a vital economic engine in our region. Last year alone, we contributed over $700 million to our regional economy and directly supported 7,000 jobs through direct employment. For every $1 spent on educating our students, those students have gained over 6 times that in lifetime earnings. 1 out of every 161 jobs in our service area is supported by the activities of our district and our students. Additionally, through our Economic Development and Contract Education Department, we offer services to our business community, including contract education courses. For example, our OSHA Training Institute Education Center is the only one of its kind in Northern California. And as a partner with federal OSHA, we offer classes and certificates to the public. It's a resource for businesses large and small, as well as individuals looking for safety training. And we have our Tri-Valley Career Center. that connects employers with job seekers. So, as you can see, we continue to welcome the opportunity to help educate both our students and business communities alike here in Dublin and throughout the County of Alameda. Supervisor Haggerty, thank you for your 24 years of public service and your support for our community, families, and students. We look forward to seeing what you will do next, as I'm sure it will be just as impactful as your years in public service. Thank you and enjoy the program.
It's only human to pursue the elusive, while also capturing the possibilities, even something like CO2. Over the last decade, Chevron has spent over $1 billion on carbon capture projects and is investing in startup companies working to transform carbon into new forms of energy.
My name is Guy Houston. I will be serving as your Master of Ceremonies. I've known Scott for over 25 years, both as a fellow elected official and a friend, and I'm hoping that I can do Scott's career justice here today. Being a county supervisor is not an easy job. The push and pulls of your time and energy is incredible. Scott has become well known as a real champion for transportation, but it does not end there. He has been a leader in agriculture, healthcare, energy, and public safety, just to name a few. And Scott is diligent in figuring out a way how to make it all happen, be successful for his district and for Alameda County. His resume sounds like an alphabet soup of governmental agencies and departments. Scott has been an influential part of Alameda County for a generation. 6 terms as Alameda County Supervisor. Member and 2-time chair MTC, the Metropolitan Transportation Commission. Member of BATA, the Bay Area Bridge Authority. Member and former chair, the Bay Area Air Quality Management District. Member of Alameda County Transportation Commission, San Joaquin Regional Rail Commission, Livermore-Amador Valley Transit Authority, and the Tri-Valley Transportation Commission. Member and former president of the Association of Bay Area Governments, or ABAG. Member of the National Association of Counties. Member of the Alameda County LAFCO, the Local Agency Formation Commission. Director, Alameda County Community Choice Energy. And Scott was instrumental in forming the Tri-Valley San Joaquin County Transportation Authority, which will deliver Valley Link to the Tri-Valley. Instrumental in opening of the Warm Springs BART extension and advancing for further expansion into Santa Clara County. And then there was the Coliseum Authority. But just reading this list doesn't do it justice. We have an all-star cast of Supervisor Haggerty's partners to fill in the blanks.
Hi, I'm Michael Tree, Executive Director with the Wheels Bus System and with the Valley Link Rail Project. Scott, I am really going to miss you. These last few years have been just jam-packed, filled with getting things done, and I really have appreciated your leadership and your friendship. I'm going to miss you, something special.
Hey Scott, Stacy Mortensen, Executive Director of the ACE Group. You and I go way back here at the Pleasanton Station. We met 24 years ago. I was with Bob Cabral, you were with Ed Campbell, and I think history was made. I have appreciated your leadership. I think you've done great things on the political stage. I wish you so much happiness and rest in your whatever you're going to do in Tennessee. It's a great place. I wish you well. Thanks for being my boss for 24 years.
Hey Scott, it's Catherine Baker here, and I just want to say thank you for all your hard work and wish you well in your retirement. You know, my family and I have been your constituents for over 20 years since we first moved to the Tri-Valley, and we have seen the product of your hard work around us every single day. And on behalf of my family and so many constituents, thank you for your hard work and dedication. And as a former assembly member who got to work with you in official capacity, I want to just say thank you for the partnership we had and the results that you helped us have, especially on transportation, getting to fight together on AB 758 and Valley Link and the difference that it will make for this beautiful valley behind me, and on autonomous shuttles in the Dublin area, on widening Highway 84, and on even making it safer out in the Patterson Pass area. All of that hard work may not get the headlines every day, but it was an honor to get to work with you on them. I'm grateful for it. Wish you well in your next adventure. You sure deserve it. Best wishes.
To Scott Haggerty, on behalf of the men and women of the Alameda County Sheriff's Office, and specifically myself, thank you for all you've done, for the great work you've done for Alameda County. You were responsible for us getting this 505 Bell helicopter, which will add to the public safety in the entire Alameda County area and the region. And you're also responsible for the great work we're doing out here in the Tri-Valley area to improve safety for the men and women of our agency and all the residents in this community. Thank you. Have a great time in retirement. We hope to see you soon.
Hi, Scott. It's Dave Halbert here, the mayor of Dublin, congratulating you on reaching retirement, and also a big thank you for your 24 years of service to our community. Scott, we go back over 20 years. Do you remember when Alameda County wanted to build Juvenile Hall right here in Dublin? We said no, and you listened to us. Thank you then, and thank you for so many other projects, including the most recent one, the BART parking garage that we've been waiting so many years for, and you helped make it happen. I want to give you a personal thanks, Scott, for being a friend and a mentor to me. You've been inspiring to me throughout the years, including supporting me for mayor, swearing me in multiple times. Our kids went to school together. You supported me for county supervisor, and now I get to follow in your footsteps and continue your legacy. Thank you again, Scott, and God bless you, and best wishes for you.
My name is Nick Chassett. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of East Bay Community Energy, and I'm really pleased to say hello, Scott. Congratulations on all your wonderful accomplishments over the year, and in particular for the work you have done to start and found East Bay Community Energy, deliver tens of millions of dollars of electric bill savings to people throughout the county, and now for the construction of the Scott Haggerty Wind Energy Center that just was finished up in the Altamont Pass. Thank you.
Hi, Scott. Ron Gonzalez here, the former mayor of San Jose, to thank you for your 24 years of public service. Actually, that's the same number I served in, so here's the 24 years of public service, and to wish you the best of luck in retirement. I will distinctly remember receiving a phone call from you the morning after my State of the City message in 1999, when I declared my objective to getting a BART train connection to Silicon Valley. You've been a great supporter of that project, and together we celebrated that anniversary of that first train rolling into Milpitas and San Jose and Silicon Valley earlier this year. Thank you for your dedication on that project, so many other things that you did in 24 years of serving our community. The best wishes for your retirement. Thank you, my friend.
I'm Susan Muranishi, the County Administrator, and I want to extend my very best wishes and congratulations to Supervisor Haggerty on his well-deserved retirement. Scott, as you know, we started our tenure together, and you keep reminding me how you're just a couple of years younger. We've had a great run, and I want to thank you for your support and your fiscal stewardship, because one of the things I know you were very proud of was helping the county to build its reserve, helping us to address our unfunded pension liability, maintain the Emerald Fund, and also the crown jewel was to receive 3 AAA ratings from the top credit rating agencies, a long-fought battle and journey with your support and assistance. Thank you again for all that you've done. On behalf of the entire county family, I wish you all the best and happy trails as you travel south.
My own Scott story was when I was in the state legislature. I was on the Assembly Transportation Committee. Locally, we were struggling to get notice for state transportation or STIP dollars to widen I-580. At the time, the Davis administration was favoring the concept of goods movement, and the Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach were supposed to get all the money. We had argued that our I-580 corridor had trucks and goods, but we were not getting any traction. So, since ports were the flavor of the day in Sacramento, Scott and I cooked up this idea. Well, Oakland has a port, and the other end of my district, Stockton had a port, so let's combine them, form an entity, and repackage our program. So we formed the Port-to-Port Coalition, spanning those 2 ports and everything in between. We just made it up. We assembled a coalition of elected officials and organizations along the I-580. We never even had a meeting. but we received monies to widen I-580 and even money to improve the Altamont Pass. Scott never gave up, and we found a way together to make it happen. Supervisor Haggerty has never been one to hold back his words or feelings, but now that the election is over, maybe he can really let us know how he feels. Here with us to moderate a frank discussion on the state of the county is Emmy Award-winning Tri-Valley native Juliette Goodrich of KPIX5. Juliette started right here in Pleasanton at our local Channel 30 and has been with KPIX5 since 1987, where she is currently the weekend nighttime anchor. Please welcome Juliette Goodrich.
My pleasure being here, and let's welcome the man, the legend. 24 years, Scott, thank you. I'm going to give you a virtual hug. And I know from everyone out there, they want to do the same to you. And just in being, what, 6 feet apart, I can see a little tear in your eye. I see some hankies there. There's something I need to know about you?
Well, this is a gift from Inga. She's quite sure that I'm going to cry, but I'm going to give it my best not to. I will tell you, 24 years ago, I think I looked better. The hair was definitely shorter, that's for sure.
I'm actually liking the look.
Yeah. Well, you know, the county shut down my hair guy, and I'm in protest now.
I think you said you're not going to cut.
I'm not.
You won't.
That doesn't make everybody in my life happy, but by the way, I want to say hi to Patty. I saw her sitting in our living room, so.
Hi, Patty, and hi to all of you out there. We can see you. Actually, this is so nice because we can actually, Scott can see all of the virtual sets. So if you're on, obviously you're all on mute, but if you want to show your picture, Linda Smith is waving to you. Martha, we see everybody out there. Dave Halbert.
Can I just say something real quick? I know I'm going off cue, but
please do. We love it when you do.
Well, this one's not going to be earth-shattering, but you know, I saw Mayor Ron Gonzalez on, and I didn't know he was in the video. Oh God.
Here we go.
I didn't know he was going to be in the video, but I'm going to tell you, what a great partner. You know, Bart to San Jose, Bart to Warm Springs. Say however you want it. It would have never happened if it wasn't for Mayor Ron Gonzalez, and he's a true friend, and I just love the guy, him and his wife, and thank you for all the hard work you did. And I think we need to get jerseys that say 24 on the back.
That's right, the combo number, huh?
Yeah.
You know, you've been such an inspiration, and thank you for answering my calls when I need to do a story, and I've got you by text. I appreciate it. You've been there for so many people. Obviously, it touches you when you hear, what's that like? I mean, you're on the spotlight today, you're in the hot seat, and to see how many people have appreciated everything you've done over these years.
Well, I don't know, I'm humbled, certainly. You know, I wanted to be a good county supervisor. And I think, you know, back when I was 12 years old and I was scraping gum off the sidewalk at the Fremont Hub, I wanted to be the best gum scraper there was in town too. So, you know, I mean, it's just kind of been my DNA, and I had somebody tell me once that they were so proud how hard I worked, but you know, I'm humbled. It's just not me though. I guess that's what I would say. You know, I've had great staff, and I see some of them on, you know, I think Veneer Bates, who's on, she's never missed a day, barely took her vacation. And I shouldn't have called her out because now I've got to call them all out. But, you know, Sean Wilson has been great. And Melissa Hernandez, who many of you don't know, but she does work for me. You know, I have Denise Jacinto and Lawson Bell, and I'm so proud of Lawson. Lawson's going to be going to law school now because that's what his father wanted, who I was great friends with him, his father and the family. And if I've forgotten anybody, I'll remember them, but I know I have. I certainly am not going to forget Marianne Payne, who has helped me get these BART projects going in Valley Link. But I just thank you all. It's really great to have nice things said about you because it's not always that way. The boardroom is much different when people come down to speak under public comment, but you know, it's humbling, and I want to thank people for that.
Well, it certainly takes a great leader to have a great team, and that's to your credit.
Correct.
And when I hear people describe you, and I know personally, when I've seen you at events and when we MC fundraisers, people describe you as passionate, and that's what you truly are. And either you have it or you don't. And you, my dear, you have it. big time. And I want to just ask you, there's so many things that you can be proud of, obviously, but what is something that you can say, you know, kind of on the top of your list of what you're proud of personally and for the county and for the city of Dublin?
Well,
loaded question.
I guess, yeah, I guess let's stick to the Dublin theme here for a second. You know, I was trying to think of some stuff that was really what got my juices flowing on any given day. And I'll tell you this, I think the happiest I ever was in a project related to Dublin was when we cut the ribbon on some housing for our military on base. There wasn't a path to get that done. And I started working within Ron Thompson, and we figured out a way to make that it wouldn't be reassessed, and created a bunch of assessment problems for the base. And we were able to get that done. And I just remember the day we cut the ribbon and standing up there and saying, we did it, you know, and it was really a hard fought battle, to be very honest with you. But, you know, we've had a lot of wins, and I saw Catherine Baker on earlier saying some nice stuff. And, you know, she helped us with the parking garage, was able to get $20 million to build that parking garage, which is a story in itself. Assemblymember Baker goes out and gets the money. We had matches through Alameda County Transportation Authority and MTC, and Bart then voted not to do it. How do you vote not to do it when people are giving you $30 million to build something and the community is dying? And we were really getting phone calls into our office of people crying because they couldn't find parking, because all the parking was being used by the people that were commuting to San Joaquin much earlier. So therefore the Dublin residents couldn't even use it. And so that, you know, we just said, well, screw it. If you're not going to do it, we'll find a way. Partnered with Michael Tree at Labda and the Labda board, and we said, we'll build it. So that's where we're at now. We're getting ready to finally break ground, and, you know, the RFP's out on the street, and we're going to get that garage built. But, you know, I guess I would say don't always take no for an answer. You know, if somebody says no, there's another way to go do it. And you know, I noticed Linda Smith is on, and, you know, what a great city manager and what a great partner. I don't know if I'm getting too far ahead of myself, but she doesn't stop at a parking garage. She extorted some land out of us just adjacent to that parking garage. I don't even think my colleagues noticed, to be very honest with you, that they just gave away some land in Dublin. But we're going to do an affordable housing project now there. And that's something that, you know, Halbert's going to get to cut the ribbon on. And I think that's just wonderful. So I kind of went way off, but yeah.
That's okay. We love what you have to say, always. And I knew that would happen. And that's why everyone's here today. We just want to hear more from you. And if we don't, you know, neglect the obvious here, this year's been challenging, to say the least. And here we are Zooming when we could have been in person. And the big question, if you knew then what we know now, or if you could have asked then what we needed now for the city of Dublin, for the county, what would it have been during these times of COVID and waiting for that miraculous vaccine?
Well, I probably would have retired 4 years ago, to be honest with you. But, you know, I guess in relationship to COVID, it's been an extremely difficult process. We, as county supervisors, we don't have, let me try to explain this better. The public health officer calls the shots, and that's through state law. So if there's a closure, it's the public health officer. But if there's a closure, who do they call? They call the county supervisor. And that's who we've been fielding a lot of calls from lately, constituents, and rightly so. I'm going to be very honest with you. I remember I had a email conversation with a department head, and they said they were going to be letting kids back to school. I'm not really wild about that. I'm going to be really clear with you. I'm not wild about it because, you know, the teachers and they're at risk, and the administrators and the children and everybody's at risk. And how do you socially distance them? So I wasn't wild about them. I said, but I sent an email and I said, you know, why are we opening schools, but we're not opening the restaurants? And the replies, well, kids need their education. And I agree with that. But I sent back saying their parents need to work. And so it was an ongoing battle. And it still is, believe me. I mean, we just had closures again, and, you know, the restaurants and everybody's just completely hurting. I think, though, here in Alameda County, I think we've done the right thing. I think what we could have done better was learning how to live with it. You know, we have communities where COVID is much higher than other communities. And if you drive around those communities, you see the reason why is they're, you know, they're having parties at lakes and they're not wearing their face masks. And, you know, I mean, just wear your face mask, keep your hands clean, and stay 6 feet away from people. It is not that difficult. But because we can't get people to do that, and then the closures come, and that's what creates the problems. And, you know, I'm eagerly looking forward to the vaccine. You know, I think, though, I think we could have done a better job trying to learn to live with COVID as opposed to just shutting everything down. And that's, you know, I know our public health department works extremely hard on this, and I don't want to take anything away from them because, quite frankly, lives have been saved. I mean, in the state of California, lives have been saved in our communities, lives have been saved. But I think we could have done things just a little bit different.
Uncharted territory, obviously, and you can always
is.
look back and make changes, but we have to move ahead. With that said, advice to Mayor Halbert. What can we give to him? Your words of wisdom. Find
a new job.
and fast, right?
No, you know, let's just say, I think Mayor Halbert's got his hands full. I would want to be very clear that there's nobody in that election that is better prepared to be the next county supervisor than David Halbert. David Halbert understands the importance of representing Dublin, Livermore, and Fremont, which is on the other side of the hill. This is a very big district. So what does he have to do? Well, you know what? We just had a mid-year budget adjustment, and I believe it's like only the second one since I've been here. And we had to cut $72 million out of our budget. And he's going to see more of that. He's going to have some tough decisions going forward as to how we deal with the budget. But when you look at that, then you have another couple problems. You have the census that was just taken, and now we have to redistrict. Well, if I was to give David Halbert any advice at all, you need to have a Tri-Valley district, a Tri-City district, a Central district, and then split up Oakland. And that's going to be his fight because they've always liked to have 3 districts, but that's why we have a supervisor that represents from Oakland all the way down into Pleasanton. And we got to quit gerrymandering these districts. We got to make them right. And certainly they've got to be a little bit tighter. So, you know, that I think is another thing. And, you know, look, I'm going to be clear. If he screws Valley Link up, I'll come back and run against him. You know, we so badly need to get people off the freeway on the I-580 corridor. And, you know, with truck traffic supposed to increase by 3 times by 2030, it's not going to get any better. It is not going to get any better. And then you have the bad behavior of the people that are cutting through our rural areas, which is why you all saw that helicopter. I bought the helicopter for the sheriff. He didn't say that, but I bought it for him. And now he gets to sit up in the sky and just pluck these people off the road with his little helicopter and just say, go get that guy. So, you know, David needs to get those things done. He needs to get Valley Link. I'm going to help if Mary Ann Payne's involved. She'll make sure that it gets done. Mary Ann knows how to get projects done. She's done many BART projects and knows where all the bones are. So, I mean, David, you're going to love this job, but you're going to hate this job. And it's a difficult job. It really is a difficult job. And, you know, I think that I was so lucky to have the support of Supervisor, I'm not going to use these tissues, Supervisor Ed Campbell. You know, he took me under my wing. No, under his wing. And he wanted me to be a success too. And he was very successful. And he got a lot done. I mean, the reason there are paramedics on our fire engines is because of Supervisor Ed Campbell. And, you know, I was given the tools to be successful, and I'm going to make sure that David is successful too. I've already turned my staff to him. He can use them in any way, questions. He can use them as far as working through HR to get his people hired. He can do whatever he needs to make sure that he is successful. And, you know, I'm actually going to leave some stuff in the office now too, because if anybody else had won, we were going to throw everything away and take the V and the B off the keyboard, but we didn't have to do that. So we'll be fine. And you know what, the Tri-Valley is going to be fine. And it's not just the Tri-Valley, it's the Tri-Cities too. David's going to represent the other side of the hill just as much as he's going to represent this side of the hill. And I think that's super important.
Well, you always give credit where credit's due, from your past to your present. So you have his to-do list. David, you have a big to-do list there. We're counting on you. We can see you, thumbs up. But what is your to-do list? Everyone says retirement, but I don't see retirement in your future. I see you doing so many things. So what does that mean? Where will we see you next? Celebrity waiter event? Can we have that back?
You know, if you can bring celebrity waiter back, I'll be happy to do it. But you know, I got a black lab at home that loves to play ball, and we'll spend some time with him. I was talking earlier, but I don't know if it was on this one or the private Zoom call, but I was talking about as I started cleaning out my office, and I got to a closet that I haven't been to in a while, and it was toys that my kids used to play with. And to be quite honest with you, you know, my kids put up with a lot. Not just the hours of them being in the Pleasanton office, playing at 6 or 7 o'clock at night with toys on the floor while I did some work, but they also put up with attacks from their father, or not from their father, but to their father. And I was telling David earlier that I think one of the sweetest things I saw was when Clarissa wrote a nice letter about her father on Facebook. And that speaks to family. It really does. And you know, there were so many times my girls, not so much my son, he's a little different. He'll just get in your face later when he sees you. But my daughters, you know, they would see something derogatory on Facebook or Twitter, and they'll say, I'm gonna get on there, Dad, and I'm gonna tell them what the hell's going on. And I'd say, you know, don't do it. You know, don't give oxygen to the fire. And I know a couple times they did, but you know, I guess the answer to my question and where I was going, or to your question and where I was going with that is, I want to be a father.
You always have been, you know.
Well, you know, they put up with a lot. And I don't think people understand that, how poorly people treat some elected officials and how it affects their children. So my one daughter's trying to have a baby, my other one's trying to get married, and my son's trying to go to law school. But what I do know is we need to have some more family gatherings. We have a beautiful home, and we just are going to get together, and I'm actually going to acquire another daughter. So we're going to have, well, Patty's not pregnant. I don't want to insinuate that. But it's a great family. And so to answer your question, what do I plan on doing? I plan on being more of a father, being with my kids, and I plan on coming back here and helping with Valley Link. I would like to still be involved in EBCE in some way. That's a phenomenal project, a huge success. The Board of Supervisors, when they did that, they took a very, very big risk, multi-million-dollar risk, but they trusted me. And so it's worked out, but I still hope to be involved here.
We know you will be, but we will give you your family time. That's okay. And we'll give you your family time before we start asking for some help out here. You know, before we go, you know, we can't just end it just like this, right? So we have some people that would like to give you a special message, how you've impacted them during your 24 years of service and then some. So here are just a couple of more people who wanted to say a big thank you.
Hi, Scott. It's Rose Johnson, and I want to congratulate you on your upcoming retirement. I'm here in front of the Alameda County Fire Department Training Center that you inaugurated a few years ago in honor of my late husband, Chief Bill McCammon. I want to thank you for the years of support. He could always count on you and knew that you were there for all first responders. I also want to thank you for the years of support for Davis Street. We're able to serve thousands of clients every day, and we knew you were there for us every day. And finally, I want to thank you for your financial support to build out the barn at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Your vision led to its completion, and we're really grateful for that. So, enjoy your retirement, don't forget to visit, and thank you for your years of leadership.
I'm on top of the house at Haggerty Built, one of his many accomplishments in the city of Dublin and in the Tri-Valley. I'm Mayor-elect Melissa Hernandez. Scott, you have left some very big shoes to fill.
I'm Angus Cochran, the Chief of Community Support Services at Washington Hospital Healthcare System. Congratulations, Supervisor Haggerty, on 24 years on the Board of Supervisors for Alameda County. That's an amazing accomplishment. On behalf of Kimberly Hartz, our CEO, the Board of Directors, and all the employees at Washington Hospital, I just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you've done for healthcare here in the Tri-Cities area. I'm very sorry we never managed to get you to top hat in your kilt, but it's never too late. You're always welcome to come back anytime here at Washington Hospital. Best wishes on your future plans, and again, thank you for everything you've accomplished.
Hi, I'm Tim Sabrani, an educator in Dublin, and I want to just thank Scott as an active parent. You know, he was someone as busy as he was as a supervisor and as accomplished as he was very involved in the Dublin schools. He was always here for his kids. He was always helping to raise money, whether it was Dublin High School athletics, whether it was Dublin Partners in Education. He was always there for our kids, was always a top priority. And I just want to say, Scott, on behalf of all Dublin educators and students, thank you for all that you've done for our community.
Hi, Scott. This is Ario. Live in Sunol. I want to thank you for everything you've done for us there in Sunol. We named a road after you, Scott Haggerty Way, and I sure appreciate everything you've done for people of Sunol. We got a park there. We got the train ride. We got everything that you've helped us with, and we sure appreciate it. The grammar school there holds all the meetings, and we just do everything we can. Anyway, thank you again. I sure appreciate it. And we're going to miss you, and have a good retirement.
This is Ender Sang from Dublin Auto Group. Just want to take a moment and thank Scott Haggerty for all his services that he has done for Alameda County. We have worked very close with him for the last 15 years. We worked on a lot of projects, done a great job, amazing work. You will be missed. Thank you, Scott.
Hi, Scott. On behalf of the Board of Directors at SAVE and the staff, I want to thank you for all of your support. Over the years, we have helped thousands of women in Alameda County, and we could not have done that without you. Thanks, and good luck on your new endeavors.
Hello, I'm Helen Paris, retired Student Activities Director for Washington High School in Fremont. I've known Scott since his early years, as well as serving on the Rec Commission with him and helping him with his political campaigns. Scott has always been willing to give back to his high school, whether it's giving necessary funds to the marching band for new uniforms, money to the athletic program, or helping my leadership students channel monies to the Philippines after a super typhoon. Scott is a member of the first class of Hall of Fame here at Washington High School, and his commitment to excellence and service to the community is unprecedented. A husky salute to Alameda County Supervisor Scott Haggerty for a job well done.
Hey, Scott. For everyone else, I'm Frank Emhoff, been a board member of the Alameda County Fair for 12 years, 15 years. Scott, for all the work you've done on this fairgrounds, rebuilding this building, supporting 4-H and FFA, being instrumental in building the Marissa Hunt Barn. Congratulations, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful retirement.
Hi, I'm Bill Harrison, the former mayor of Fremont, but more importantly, I'm Scott Haggerty's friend. Scott, congratulations on 24 years of tremendous service, not just to Fremont and the Tri-Valley, but our entire region. Your departure leaves a great void in leadership and some big shoes to fill. We'll manage somehow, but we're going to miss you a lot. Scott, you're my brother from another mother. I love you. I'll miss you. Congratulations.
Hi, Scott. And for the rest of you, my name is Connie Campbell. And Scott, I'm standing here at the Edward R. Campbell Bridge, and this would not have happened but for you and your leadership. And I'm sure that Edward is very proud and grateful, as am I. I'm also grateful as a constituent of yours for all of the hard work that you have given to this district and this region, actually, with all of the work that you've done on transportation, environmental issues, public safety, I mean, you've worked tirelessly for many years. So congratulations, and I'm very appreciative. I'd also like to say that I hope that you take the time to reflect with some pride for yourself on all of the great work that you've done. And finally, what I'd like to say is, as you know, one of the first campaigns I ever worked in was for Frank Haggerty, your dad. And I'm confident that he is very proud of you and your excellent public service. Congratulations.
Scott, so as I like to say, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. Thank you so much to Juliet for moderating our discussion. And of course, thank you, Scott, for 24 years of your service to our community. But we have a little bit more. We have a special guest, Frank Imhoff, representing the Alameda County Fair Board, has a special presentation. Frank?
Well, I thought that was a bottle of wine. I might need the tissues here in a minute. Scott, in behalf of the Alameda County Fair, you are an honorary, the first honorary board of director. All right. Where's my tickets? and with saying that, Scott, oh, that's cool. Here Thank again, you, Frank. You done a lot for FFA and 4-H. You've supported the fair. You've done more than anyone could ever ask. And when we asked, it was done. As the Alameda County Fair Board members voted the other night, we're going to name the Heritage House Scott Haggerty Heritage House. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. It's going to piss off Nate Miley. and I had already called Nate. And Nate said that he had no problem with you having the building named after him. So wow. Nate did support you on that. And it's been a long 24 years. And where's the first time we met? In your driveway. You were working on a truck. Exactly. And I was running for election, knocking on doors. He was knocking on doors. Yeah. And since then, it's been Fremont. A great relationship. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Thank you for everything. You know, Julia, if I could just say one more thing, and it's kind of like the credo I've lived by, and I'd like David to do the same thing, is any vote you cast, ask yourself, would your mother be proud? And I think a couple times I upset her, but for the most part, I think she was proud. So just wanted to say that.
She's proud, and so is your family.
Okay.
Guy.
So thank you, Frank, and congratulations again, Scott. I'd like to turn the podium back to Gina for some closing remarks from the Dublin Chamber of Commerce. Gina?
Thank you. On a personal note, Scott, thank you very much for everything you have done for the businesses and residents and my family in Alameda County over the past 24 years. Today's program will be available on the Dublin Chamber's YouTube channel in the coming day, if you want to watch it again. There is a link on the Chamber's on the website homepage. Thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you have a fabulous rest of your day.